All right, welcome, welcome. I'm back again. Can you believe it? All right, two things. This is another one where you're gonna want to go. No, you know what? Actually, you may not. I'm gonna show a video, but it's not it's not part of the video because I just don't know how to do that. I know there's people who take videos and splice them together, but yeah, I'm not there. I used to know how to do that, but whatever. Okay, so um, so yeah, it's gonna be. You know what? If I can figure out how to put it there, I'll put it there because there's some words at the bottom that I don't know what they mean, and it would be nice to get them translated from Arabic to English, and you'll see. And then I'm gonna close out with a bunch of pictures of how they celebrated Christmas. Look at the baby. Isn't he so cute? Just as Santa. So, but see, this is how they're celebrating New Year's. This is, all right, this is after Christmas, right? So there's a little baby, and then at the bottom, there's all these pictures, if I can get there. So I'm going to close out and blow these pictures up and just do a real quick you know, picture slide for those who like to see stuff like that. But yeah, so they're already, every night they're out partying, celebrating. They opened up some bridge last night and they were out there with flags and it was like a party. And I think the bridge has been closed for 15 years, so it was probably um, kablooied, right, at one time because it is a significant travel way. You know, that's what they do in aggressive maneuvers that are a three-letter word that start with W. You uh, take out major travel ways, right? Anyway, so this is my FX Buddies, the podcast. I did say episode 152, I think. All right. And you know the drill. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts or watch podcasts, I might be there under my FX Buddies, but I know for certain I'm at rumble.com, my FX Buddies. Spotify.com has audio and video. RSS.com has a transcript. Um, what else? Apple Podcast, my FX Buddies. But anywhere that you are enjoying this content, if there's an open intro, info, details, whatever type of button like that, click on that and there will be a link to the blog. And it's usually better to follow along if you are seeing the words that I'm pointing to and hearing my voice. Um, and what else? Yeah, that's it. All right. So, um, all right. This article came out today, Monday. It is Monday, December 30th. It's early enough in the night. This should upload for December 30th. With the beginning of the new year, the US dollar enters a new phase in Iraq. So here, they've kind of gotten away from the end of 2024, right? And are moving into the beginning of 2025. So there's our beautiful $100 bills. And US dollar dealers in Iraq are awaiting the arrival of the new year 2025, which is now approaching and will end the work of the electronic platform for monitoring the movement and transfer of currencies outside the country, according to what the Central Bank of Iraq announced. See, so they announced it, but did they do it? I don't know, because guess what? They had an auction today for 200. and 98. Oh, I have to take this call. Hold on. All right. So this article is really good and really long, and you should read it. I know you're not. I know, well, I shouldn't say that. I know some of you are not. So it goes on. Here they talk about they had desired goals, what they met in 2024, and then it goes into they just want to continue, right? Fear of unexpected obstacles. And of course, all the people in this are not CBI people. They're either they're quoting, like here, they're quoting him. The House of Representatives is currently in legislative recess, and after the resumption of the House's work, the governor of the CBI will be hosted in this regard, and work will be done to impose strict control over currency exchange and purchase entities. So they're already thinking this new mechanism, method, whatever, is going to be bad. It's not going to be successful. And they already are wanting to question him. And remember, I said the last time Parliament wanted to question Miss Sammy, who's the Minister of Finance, and him, he told them they didn't have to go before Parliament. So we'll see. So there's some other pros and cons. So it's a really good article, really detailed, full of good information, and you should read it. But here, stopping the platform may open the door to new challenges, such as the possibility of increasing reliance on the black market to obtain dollars. So, really, when they switch over from these auctions, if people are still seeking out the dollar at unlicensed places, they really are doing dirt because they've made it so, at least from the articles, right? Because who knows? They say things in the articles, and then in real life, who knows how it is really, right? But supposedly they've added the local banks, private banks. If the exchange companies are properly licensed or merged with a properly licensed entity, they can sell dollars. So they've really increased the locations where people who are legitimately are allowed to get dollars can get them. So they shouldn't need to go to the black market or parallel market or whatever. But, there's always those few potential damage to the economy. Let's see. There's an economic researcher. Is that, yeah. Let's see. Molson platform termination statement. They said on September 4th it was going to end by the end of the year. Who's talking here? It doesn't even really say. So, see, they're talking about a lot of things that have already been done that they just want to carry on. So 13 Iraqi banks have actually started conducting transfer operations. And I think they may have even been doing them for a couple of months. Not just a couple of weeks, but a couple of months. To make sure that the new way that they're supposed to operate is smooth. And remember, they were bragging about how smooth of a transition it was. So, yeah. Okay, now here, this, let me see. I'm not going to read this, but I'm going to point to some words. So, yeah, you will need to go to the blog if you want to read this. It's there, and you don't have to enter your email. You don't have to sign up, nothing. It's my FX Buddies. I think I gave the address right. myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. I do actually own myfxbuddies.com, but I didn't do it right. And it doesn't transfer. So, maybe in 2025 I'll actually get it corrected. Anyway, so yeah, and that's why I said there'll be a link there. So, expectations from the T-Man's plan. Iraq must buy more from America. And it says we will see the stick a lot. So I think what they're trying to say is he carries a big stick. And if you read it, I think that's what you'll see too. But especially this first paragraph right here says this is Ziad Ziad Hashimi. He's the economist that is very negative towards Ali Alak. So he is telling them he's gonna make changes. He's gonna come in, and it even says right here, the balance is currently tilted in Iraq's favor due to the increase in its oil exports to the United States, which will push the new White House administration to pressure Baghdad to increase purchases and contracts with its companies. It's expected that the new American president will not resort to waging wars due to the higher rates of public debt, but that will not prevent him from dealing roughly and breaking bones. Woo! So, yeah, if you want to read the rest of this, and see, this is why I say if they don't get this done before January 20th or 21st, even they know he's gonna want to redo the contracts. And that's why I say he'll try and Congress will fight him. And then before you know it, we'll be in the second quarter, right? But maybe if it comes out in our favor, where maybe we get a higher rate or something, that it would be worth it, right? I don't know. But anyway, so people wonder why I think what I think. Well, there you go. Okay, and this is an article about the grand deal, the change to change the Middle East, undeclared messages from Washington to Tehran via Baghdad. Now, that's crazy, because Iran will say, we didn't send any messages, we didn't get any messages, so, I mean, and you should expect that, right? They're not going to be truthful. But that's how deals get done, I guess, is behind closed doors, right? So if you want to read that, you can. Yeah. Okay, there's my buy me a coffee. You could either click here, it'll be a link, or there's the QR code. All right, Al Sudani starts 2025 with a visit to Iran. So see, he's going over there. Of course, he's gonna talk about what we tell him to talk about, right? Plus whatever he wants to talk about. Sudani advisor reveals government's philosophy for a future of national economy. And I might have put that in yesterday's episode 151 because it looks very familiar, but if you didn't go to 151, then here it is in 152. So they talk about establishing a sovereign wealth fund. It will work to accelerate the diversification of the three basic sectors, which are the manufacturing industry, agriculture, and services in an advanced digital age. Because that's where they are. That's where they're headed, to an advanced digital age. The Central Bank of Iraq announces the success of its monetary policy, the extent of the main objectives. So this is another one where they talked about what they did in 2024. And there's another one. Oh, there was a bullet point. Let me see. There was a bullet point thing I wanted to show you guys. I could copy paste this. I don't know if you can hear all of that. I hope you didn't hear all of that. Okay, here's another thing. CBI announced positive financial indicators for the third quarter of 2024. Remember, it was an article, and I'm like, oh, there's all those numbers I usually glaze over. So here, they put it in a bullet point, which is much easier for my eyes, right? So if you care to see that, there it is. Private sector activity growth 3%. So yeah. I mean, those are all good things, but who really cares, right? Okay. I mean, I know some people do, but I'm not supposed to say that. What did my son tell me to say? That's not my area of focus. There, that sounds much nicer than who really cares, right? Okay. So, they stabilized inflation rates, which they did. They did. I'll give them that. It's still high, but not. It was high. Remember, they were buying eggs separately, like 3 eggs for the day, 6 eggs for the day. So they're not doing that anymore. And then in January, they're supposed to open up those markets that are subsidized. The prices are subsidized, so hopefully they will. The results indicate positive steps in enhancing economic stability and stimulating growth in the financial sector. This means that deposits have witnessed a significant growth and inevitably reflects increased customer confidence in the banking system. So that is a big deal for them. They have wanted to get confidence from the people, right? And then an international economics expert concluded by saying overall, it can be said that the monetary policy for 2024 has achieved relative successes, but it has not reached a level that guarantees real economic stability and still needs comprehensive reviews to overcome existing challenges and ensure a more equitable distribution of the fruits of these policies. All right, here's another one. 40 trillion dinars is Iraq's internal debt. Does the government have the key to repay it? Of course they do. Now, this came out. I thought this was interesting. I normally don't pay attention to stuff about oil, and they had a lot of stuff about oil today. Reconnecting the pipeline in Basra. Oh, because they had the Council of Ministers meeting today. They normally have that on Tuesday, but since Zidani's not going to be there, they had it today. And there was lots in there about oil projects that they're paying for and whatever. But look at this. Sudani authorizes the finance minister, Miss Sami, to sign the loan agreement to support Kirkuk gas station. And the loan is guaranteed by who? The American Import Bank. So, two things. That's basically us, right? But also, Sudani has very tight control on everything. What loans can be signed off on, what everything. It seems everything is going through him before it goes anywhere. So he's really trying. He's really trying to get things done and keep things from leaking and all of that. So if you want to read that, you can. Let's see. This is really cool too. I've never seen them do anything like this before, but this is International Report. 2025 will be the largest year for projects inside Iraq. Okay, and look, it says the currency is the Iraqi dinar, population 46.5 million. So if there's other factoids here you want to read, you can. But the International Data Bank has put that out. But this was in Iraq's news. They even put it on their TV. So they want their citizens to see this. All right. And I think that's it. Yeah, here's an article. Life. Oh, and this is perfect. Okay. So That's Kurdistan. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna hold up on that. So this a lot of people are making a big deal about this 11-page document. I know it's in Arabic, but I did this came out this year in January of this year, and it I was excited then, and it talks about um, the notes they can accept, the damage. I mean, it even talked about if it looks like it was burnt, but only this portion of it's burnt, you can take it. You can give them half credit for this kind. Um, it's very detailed, very instruction heavy. It goes to all the banks. They've put that out. It's been out all year, but it is interesting that they put it out again. And the part So, I've seen this part translated, and it says continuing with the circular, originally dated, blah, 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 right? Um, Here it is again. So there's new people, the exchangers who recently got approved, right? So it makes sense that they're putting it out now with dinar goggles on. They are telling them, hey, you're about to get all these 30 notes and you need to know which ones you can accept and which ones you can't, right? So that is great. And now I want to show you this. Look at that. That is dinar. Oh, let me see. How come it's not showing full screen? There we go. Okay, let me start it over. So this is the news that I watch. See, I don't know what these words right here say. 2024 what? But see, they're sorting, counting, sorting, and they're packaging up the dinar. Where are they sending it? Look at that. I don't know if this is a facility where they're taken out of circulation or let's quiet that. Yeah, so, but they haven't, they just started running this since Friday. Remember, Friday was when they had the party for the sorters and the counters, right? They had that party at the CBI. That was Treasury and Issuance Department. So, yeah, I don't know. You can clearly see they're counting and sorting and wrapping. Would they be doing all of that if those were getting ready to be deleted or sent back? I don't know. But I just wanted to show you that. I thought that was pretty cool that they're doing that. And so it's, you see how short it is? That's pretty much the whole little portion that they show, at least that I see. Now, who knows? In Iraq, maybe they get to see a longer little version of that. I don't know. But yeah, so that's very interesting to me. I've never seen that before, not that facility. I've seen them doing it in a smaller place, but that looks like a new facility. You see, they had on uniforms, they had on gloves. I think they were even wearing masks. So, yeah, very interesting of what they are showing to the people. All right, so now we'll go back to here's an article of Kurdistan where they're saying these problems between Baghdad and Erbil are causing their quality of life to go down. The citizen in Kurdistan is living in a deteriorating, so I'm reading right here from this, the second paragraph. The citizen in Kurdistan is living in a deteriorating economic situation, and this is reflected in the individual standard of living. And remember, Kurds, they were usually living better. They weren't ravaged by war like Baghdad was. But now, since all this nonsense, right? their quality of living's going down. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow's Saturday. I have no idea. I have no idea if there's going to be anything worth posting. So you know the deal. If there's a follow, subscribe, like, join, whatever type of button, take whatever action is necessary to activate that, because I don't update regularly. So if all things work like they're supposed to, then when I update and you do all of that, you'll be notified. Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals. Pay all your bills. Was involved in an interesting conversation earlier today. Inflation. So it was like, oh, $3 million is nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of money. And I was like, it's not. It's more like $300,000 now. And inflation is going to go up more than likely. 2025 is going to be rough. Even the new administration is saying, hey, get ready. We're going to make a lot of changes and we're going to make them fast. And it's going to lead to a bumpy 2025. But we got to do it, right? That's what they're saying. So really, I know it is tough. I know there's no extra money. But if there's anything you can do to get more, I would try, because that's how we get through the roughness. And for those of us who are going to help, or at least we think we're going to help others get through the rough times, right? The more you have, the more you can help, or, at least protect yourself and then help. All right. So you can hang up unless you're a kid at heart like me and you want to see the images. I'm just going to run through. So this was, with the approach of the New Year. Plus, I want you to see how much travel they get. Domestic tourism is on the rise, right? Wide demand for hotels and tourist facilities. Opportunity to promote domestic tourism, and preparations. So they really do New Year's big. Like some of us do Christmas big, they do New Year's big, and they're already doing it. So here's like a shopping mall. Look at this stroller. See, everything is very modern, right? That could be a mall here in America. All right. So there's a little, if you can't see because you're looking on your phone, they have trumpets in their hand. And was that a dog? I don't know what that is. But see the babies looking. Look at this huge Christmas tree, right? Yeah, I don't know what that is, except look what they're selling back there. A car. Ah. There's that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful, pretty? This is Kurdistan. This is not America. This is a mall in Kurdistan with Christmas and New Year's decorations. Look how packed it is. And it's not even warm right now. You see how they have jackets on? It's cold and rainy. And they're still out. They're out celebrating, having fun, living free. Look at that. And they do get snow. Parts of Kurdistan get snow. But look at that. Like a family of snow people. There's the band playing. What is that? That's kind of creepy looking. Oh, look at the parking lot. Look at all those cars. I guess they were getting ready to have some show right there. Yeah, there's opening soon. And those people. So yeah, I think that was the beginning. Yep. So that's it. So I just wanted to show you those pictures and So you can see, now this is Kurdistan. I'm sure Kurdistan has some poor people, but we know they've been advanced because, like I said, they've had some wartime, but they weren't ravaged by war like Baghdad was, right? All right, so thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. Um, I hope it was interesting. And yeah, so enjoy. Oh, that's right. It's Monday. Um, oh yeah, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Whatever. It's another day for me. I don't party. I'm an old fuddy-duddy. My partying days are over. Anyway, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame you're enjoying this content. And until next time.